we are going to complete the next chapter, that is called as decision making institutions. In your first class, we are having the principles, determinants, and also the types of the decisions making or maybe Indian foreign policy. So as a student, we are having only 3 classes. So I just want that I will opt to the decision making institutions. This is the most important thing in the Indian foreign policy process, because we know that as a student of your India and world affairs, everyone has knowledge about the foreign policy. So in our first class, I told you that the meaning of foreign policy is, what is the meaning of foreign policy? That is called as that the collections of behavior, that behavior from other nations, and it can be changed or cannot be changed depend upon the foreign policy of a respective nations. Okay, so here what will happen? We had the meaning of the meaning of the foreign policy. And in this class, we also had the knowledge about the principles of foreign policy in our previous class. In this class, we are going to discuss about the decisions making institutions. What do you mean by decisions making institutions? I think that it is in unit 4. Okay, unit 4 of your books. And what do you mean by decision making institutions? We are having processes are there. One is called as decision making processes, where the process got implemented, got initiated, that is called as institutions. जोटी तमरा प्रोसेस टा इम्प्लीमेंट हे पारिबो, जोटी तम प्रोसेस टा इनिशिएट हे पारिबो, it was called as institution. So, that India has a democratic system and has a parliamentary system of government. What do you mean by a parliamentary system of government? Parliamentary system of government means the people, the representative of the peoples, they rule us. It means that the government is directly responsible to the public. Okay. So in this chapter, we are going to cover about the introductions, the differences between foreign policy making and Minister of External Affairs, National Security Councils, Prime Minister's Office, Parliament, and the Parliamentary Committee. So we are having in introductions. In introductions, we are going to going to complete in its fold that what is the nature of our constitutions or the nature of our government and how much the government is responsible for making the foreign policies. What is the nature of our constitution or what is the nature of our government? The nature of our government is the parliamentary systems. We know that we are having the 2 types of government, the parliamentary government and the presidential government. What is a parliamentary government? Where the people, they have chosen their elected representatives from themselves. That is called as a parliamentary form of government. It means that we choose some peoples to rule over us. We are having the autonomy, and that autonomy was only to given to the citizens who are having the age of 18 years. They will select some representative who will run the machinery of the government, that is called as the parliamentary government. And in the second case, what will happen? As a system of the parliamentary form of the government is responsible to the public. As we select the government, as we elect the government, so in return, the government is also responsible to the public. And also in making the foreign policy, because as a country in the as an example of country like India, we are having different type of foreign policies are there. Not only the foreign policies, but we are having the domestic policies are there. What do you mean by the domestic policy? The policy that are inside or that are implemented internally for India, that is called as a domestic policies. And the policy that is directed or towards externally or in the outside of the India, that is called as the what? That is called as the external your policy. So here what will happen in India, as we know that the government is directly responsible to the people. So while in making the foreign policies and public policies, the government considers the people's wish. Why the government consider the people's wish? In order to what? In order to see for the or in order to having a subjective for the next general elections. 5 ବର୍ଷ ପରେ ଆଉ ଥରେ ଭୋଟ ମିଳିବା ପାଇଁ in order to get the election after 5 years, the government will fulfill everything in the interest of the public. For what? For the domestic policies and for the public policies. Take for example, in the case of our border war, India-China border war. So we are solved the India-China border war, and we will give the credit to whom? To the Prime Minister's office. Similarly, take for example the domestic policy, like the rise or the price hike in the potato or onion. Okay, so nowadays I think the price of the potato is 28 rupees and the onion I think 30 or maybe 25 rupees. So as we know that these are what? These are the necessary commodities. A poor person, a गरीब लोक प्रथमे कौन चाहे आलू पियाज किछि नथिले घरे आलू तरकारी किंबा आलू भजा करके से खाइ दे. So the government, if the government will make the price hike, the price hike heila, petrol ro dar बढ़ी गला, लून रो दर बढ़ी गला, then what will happen? The people will puzzle. The people will not cast the vote in the next general election. Why? Because the person they represent from themselves, जो लोगों को सेमाने निजे choose करले, that person will not favor them. से सेमान को favor कला नहीं. So that was the person who was chosen by themselves. The person was not favor to them. सेमान को से favor कला नहीं. This policies, the government considers the people's wish, the people's will and the people's wish. But in the case of the European states or in the case of your Western European state, the system is completely different. Where what will happen? In the Western European country, while there is the case of the foreign policy making, they have to make in their mind different issues. What are the issues? The first thing is that while implementing the foreign policy, that they implement the secrecy or they maintain the secrecy. What do you mean by the secrecy? If nothing can be what publicized or nothing can be open in the front of the citizens. The citizens does not have any information regarding the public policy or the foreign policy what the government has made. ଆମର कोन होची जेहेतु हमें यूरोपियन कंट्रीज मानकर कोन होची तो हमर फॉरेन पॉलिसी बना होची सेतले कोन होची टोटल से माने गुटी जिंस करंती से माने सीक्रेसी मेंटेन करंती जोडा कि तमरो जनरल सिटीजन्स मानकर कोनोसी भावरे से ताकर इंफॉर्मेशन नथाय. Then they are not seek the public opinions or they are not permitted the public opinion to be allowed. Public opinion को कोई भी नहीं तमे फेवर चाहूचो किबा तार एग्नेस्ट तमे चाहूचो. And what will happen? The third thing is that there will not be तम पाख समस्त नोट होची ना यार ignore study material करी बसचो तो. Students, I am asking you, write in the chat box. Yes, तो से जो मु तमर जो जोडा पढौची सेटा से अकॉर्डिंगली जाउची हला स्लाइड टा खाली मैं बनेची तमरो बुझिया पाई कारण तमे पूर्व थर मते कहि दिलो जे मैडम हम से अकॉर्डिंगली दरकार मु से अकॉर्डिंगली जाउची. What we not got your notes रे अभी आपके पूर्व क्लास रो तो ना कोटा हां मु देई देबी छन्या हो ना देई देबा कौन करबी मु तम पई तो बनै जे जिंसटा. ओके सो स्टूडेंट्स to decide what that is called is that the foreign policy of our country and the foreign policy of the other country. So in India, what will happen while implementing the foreign policy? There are different things. In India, what will happen while making the foreign policy? The different things are required. One thing is called is what? That a debate will be taken in the parliament regarding the foreign policy matter. Second, what? The wish of the people or the will of the people is taken. Third thing is that the importance or what is the matter that is having the public importance that will be considered. But in contrary to the Indian scenario, in European country what happened? One thing is that the secrecy is maintained. The citizens does not have any knowledge about what the things is going on. Second thing is that what? There will not be any type of debate that will going on in the parliament. Third thing is what? The foreign policy makers, they are not seeking any type of opinion from the public. They are not seeking any type of opinion from the public. So these are the cases what happened. The differences in between the foreign policy making in India and the foreign policy making in our external your external affairs. ଆମର कंट्री जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी जोटा होचे सेटा भितरे आ तमरो बाहर कंट्री जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी जोटा चालुचे सेटा एटा भितरे हमर कोन तमरा डिफरेंस राइट. So in India what will happen? We are having one thing that is called as that MEA. MEA. That is called as that Minister in External Affairs. What do you mean by MEA? MEA means that is called as that the Minister of External Affairs. He is also called as that the Foreign Affairs Minister or the Foreign Minister of the country. So who is the Foreign Minister of the country? Now, who is the Foreign Minister of the country? के कोई परिबो के थिला के वर्तमान अछि के अछि वेरी गुड डॉक्टर सुब्रमण्यम जयशंकर इनिशियली थिला अभिनव तिवारी इनिशियली के थिले सुब्रमण्यम जयशंकर एबे अछंती ता पूर्व के थिले Sushma Swaraj, very good. So you are well acquainted with the current affairs. So here, what happened that the Minister in External Affairs or the Minister of External Affairs is otherwise called as the Foreign Minister of the country. The Minister of External Affairs, he is a political appointee, the member of the cabinet, but it does not mean that he necessarily an expert in foreign affairs decisions making. Means what? The Prime Minister will select one person from his cabinet to hold the office of the external ministers. And the Prime Minister recommendations is required. But here, the special knowledge regarding the expertise in the foreign affairs is not required. Any persons the Prime Minister likes, he will appoint is that the political appointee of the Minister of External Affairs. But after his experience, so much of experience, because he is the person what he is called as an official, what the Foreign Affairs Minister is called as an official person. He may or may not have special knowledge. But what will happen? There are certain type of officers are there. They are worked under the Minister of Foreign Ministers who will assist him to solve every matters in external level. So here what happened? The Minister of Foreign Affairs, who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs? The political appointee. The first is that the political appointee. It means that he must be the member of the cabinet. Okay. Second thing is that he may or may not have the expertise of knowledge in that field. But the comments of the Prime Minister or the satisfaction of the Prime Minister is highly required. Prime Minister ro तार satisfaction ता निहारी दरकार ताको external minister हेबा पाई. But the decisions taken by the foreign minister, once the decisions taken by the foreign minister, it is clear. It means that it clear does not mean that it is ended. Sometimes it is mended by what? By the modifications of the prime ministers. Sometimes a decision is taken by your what? The Minister of External Affairs. But some decisions some decisions is not satisfied to the end of the national interest of a country. So at that time, the Prime Minister will take its play or take its role. So what will Prime Minister do? So at that time, the Prime Minister can modify the decisions that was taken by the External Affairs Ministers before its implementations. Any doubt, students? What is the nature of the system of our country? We are having a parliamentary system of government, that is the representative government. Next, differences between the foreign policy of our country and the foreign policy of the outside country, or maybe the Western country. Then thirdly, MEA. What is it? MEA. So we had that MEA. In MEA also what? There is also different ministers are there, and they are from the intelligent. So if they are the intelligent ministers, they are recruited from the different departments. So we will discuss these things later. After the MEA, then we have the second thing that is called as the IFS. What do you mean by IFS? IFS means तम notes देखो, notes में serially दिया है, देखो ठीक है बोला रहे, मुझे सेटा को slide कलर time में लगने जी. So the next thing is called as the IFS. IFS means what? Indian Foreign Service, not Foreign Service. That is called as Indian Foreign Service. Okay, so these are the officials of Indian Foreign Services, and these officials, they are recruited by Union Public Service Commissions, and they have to face two types of tests. One is called as the written test, and second one is called the viva test. Okay, so who are the IFS? The IFS officers, they are called as the Indian Foreign Services, and not Indian Foreign Services, but Indian Foreign Services officials, and they are called as the IS officers. They are the secondary of the IS officers, because we are having the UPSC has conducted three types of officers, recruited three types of officers, and among the three types of officers, what happened? The IAS, it is called as the final or maybe the uppermost officers, and below the IAS, that is called as the IFS officers are there. That is called Indian Foreign Services officers. So they are selected through the competitive examination and passing through the viva conducted by the Union Public Service Commissions every year. They are the men who are the members of what? The MEA. And they are the men who are the members of the MEA. And in the IFS, what will happen? One thing is that it has a foreign secretary who is very senior and experienced IFS. So in the MEA, what will happen? There are many types of segmentations are there. There are many types of civil service examination conducted. They also so in the MEA level, what will happen? There are the secretary, joint secretary, deputy secretary, and the secretary of state. So different members are there. So it is the one thing is that it is a foreign secretary who is very senior and experienced level and play the role of advisor to the foreign ministers. One person is there who is called as the foreign secretary, the chief secretary or the foreign secretary, who plays is the role of the advisors to the foreign ministers. Sometimes the minister will ask certain questions to the foreign secretaries, and the foreign secretary is a person who is from the IFS level and who has to give the advice to the foreign ministers. And besides the foreign ministers or the secretary of the foreign, the chief secretary, there are two other assistant foreign secretary officers are there. One is from the west, the other is from the east. So one is from the east, the other is from the west. Slide दृष्टि में, is it visible? अच्छा. So here, under the MEA, what will happen? There are one secretary is there who is called as that, who plays the role of the advisors to the Minister of the Foreign Affairs. And under the secretary, there are two joint secretaries are there, and one joint secretary is from the west, and other joint secretary is from the east. In addition to everything, there are the three additional secretaries are there. There are three additional secretaries there. Then, what is the work of MEA? The work of the MEA is divided into 24 divisions. The work of the MEA is divided into 24 divisions, and in every divisions, there is one secretary is there who is appointed by the Government of India. Okay. So the Minister in External Affairs, it is composed of many institutions. Minister in External Affairs means what? That is called as the foreign ministers. As the foreign minister is a political body, political appointed body. So he didn't have any type of expertise knowledge, and he didn't have any type of the intelligence, practical experiences, or anything else. So he needs the persons who are in the capacity of IFS, and the person who are recruited, who are not the political your appointee, but they are appointed or they are recruited through their merit basis. Okay, and MEA, it has what it do its work into 24 divisions. Okay, and instead of this, MEA has different type of the functions are there. There are maybe the proctoral functions, additional functions, so different functions are there. More functions are details हमरा पढ़ाया रखे आवश्यक दरकार नहीं. जोड़ा तो important से तीन मतलब पढ़ो. Then the next one is called as that is then in the MEA there are one thing is that is called as the PRD. What do you mean by the PRD? PRD means what? The planning and research divisions. PRD means what? That is called as planning and research divisions. Why planning and research divisions is required? Because 1962 border war, that there is a confusion in between the Sino-India. So no one is agreed that there is a problem in their side. So to instigate the problem or to investigate the problems, there is the establishment of the planning and the research divisions are there. So this committee was established in the year of 1962. And again it is established in 1963 as East Asia Research and Coordination Department. East Asia Research and Coordination Department. But this East Asia Research and Coordination Department is not a successful one. So again in 1965, there was again a division was established that is called as that the current research divisions, and it is till now it was in practices, which is what the changing of name, that is called as that that is called as policy planning and research. Policy planning and research. Okay, review. Policy planning and review. Okay, so the next thing is that is called the PRD. So PRD has a special role while making the decision कौन है प्रेजेंटेशन इज नॉट विजिबल माने कौन है स्लाइड विजिबल है ना कौन पचर जाओ प्रेजेंटेशन इज नॉट विजिबल माने कौन ऑडिएबल है कौन मु तो विजिबल है मु विजिबल है भी केतरे मीनाक्षी प्रेजेंटेशन इज नॉट मु स्लाइड देखो ना स्लाइड को तमर जो पॉइंट जे अछि से आज्ञा
अरे आउ 3D प्रेजेंट नाउ कर दियो आउ 3D प्रेजेंट नाउ कर दियो दु के मझरे ओडे बिला के प्रेजेंट कर दिला तो आदमी देखा ना किछ बिला
एबे देखा नहीं सर
हां नहीं किछ बिला देखा ना तो मझरे जणे प्रेजेंट नाउ रे क्लिक कर देथिले सेते मले कि आधा बिला देखा ना पड़ियो आउ 3D प्रेजेंट नाउ रे क्लिक कर लेबे
कर दो जी
आया
एबे देखाओ जी सर
ओके
हेलो
ओके ना
देखा दो जी
देखा
ओके
पिला भी यस करेंगे ओके
नहीं पिला मानकर अकॉर्डिंगली जे स्लाइड बनी छी हमने कहितले इग्नोर मटेरियल अनुसार अपन स्लाइड बनाते
नहीं बढ़िया है जी ये मझरे कोन है जी पिला के जने प्रेजेंट ना बटन क्लिक कर देथिला सेतमे मोदे असुविधा
आज्ञा
इग्नो मटेरियल से बनी बढ़िया है जो
नहीं माने इग्नो मटेरियल ले माने बुझा पड़छ पड़े पूरा इग्नो मटेरियल दे दे
नहीं भलो है जी बढ़िया
so here where we are I think that is PRD okay so that is called as that hello audible है hello okay
yes madam audible
to sir
yes
so here what happened we are having the second point that is called as the PRD is otherwise is called as the planning and research divisions so initially it was started in the year of 1962 the main objective of PRD is what it has to investigate the problem if there is a problem in between the two countries regarding the war anything problem or any problem is there then what happened that the country himself is not agree that this is their what the problems so in order to investigate the problems the PRD division was created in the year of 1962 during Shastri era but this division was again it was not a great success so again in the year of 1963 there was again a division was created that is called as the East Asia Research and Coordination but this East Asia Research and Coordination is not being a great success for India because it is always biased in favor of the China so again it was re-established in the year of 1965 under the name of the Foreign Research Division and till now it was in practice with the name of what the Policy Planning and Review Committee the Policy Planning and Review Committee so sometimes every department they will welcome the opinion of the PRD divisions if they want to implement certain type of the decisions about the certain type of what the foreign policies or implementing certain type of what the public policies so at that time they seek the informations from this type of the PRD divisions that if that type of what that type of if that type of policies will be implemented, then is it favorable to the respective country or not? So this say policy हम implement करिबा ताले country पे favorable हेई पारिबो ना नाही. During the Kargil war also, during the what the Sino-India border war also. So in different capacity, the PRT divisions it will do a very a very important role during the time of the Kargil era. Different things are there. So in the next slide, we are having NSC. We are having the NSC, not NSE. That is called as the NSC. So I gote jinso mu aute bhuli gali tumko IFS upare koi gale. So one thing more I have to say that IFS, the Indian Foreign Services, they are what is the main function of the Indian Foreign Services? You know that these are called as the IS officers. So after their appointments, they were to accredited to different countries and they have to reside in their foreign capitals. As we are having the number of your countries are there in world, so the country we are having the good relations. The countries with our relations high. So we have to accredited the diplomat that are called as the diplomat. They are called as the diplomat. The persons that are accredited to other states they are called as the diplomats. Diplomats. So they have to reside in the capital of the foreign country and the place where they have reside, that is called as the diplomatic corps. Okay, so the embassy, the persons that are resided, that is called as the embassy. The personal your office of the person is called as the embassy, and where they have called reside, that is called as the diplomatic corps. And the main function of the diplomatic your corps is that, or the embassy is that what they have to collect information, and that information is country accredited the country हम पठाइते country रो जो information developmental information they have to collect developmental information of the country. The second thing is that besides this they have to collect certain secret informations are there. Because these things are required because they are the member of what they are called as the instrument of the decisions taking. Because they will send some good information, some secret informations to the foreign affairs, and upon the informations, the foreign ministers will plan or implement certain type of policies. Suppose India किछि diplomats जाके पाकिस्तान रे थिबे, पाकिस्तान रे जो माने रहउछन से पाकिस्तान रो जो information करिके इंडिया को कि जनरली जो कारगिल वार हेतिला, कारगिल वार जो information ता देइतिला, कारगिल वार information ता जे कारगिल वार हबो बोली सेटा परे जणा पड़थिला, जोडा हेतिला सेटा ग्रेटेस्ट फेलियर हेकि तमरा आस्तिला. Okay, so any informations they will past, but it should be before the things that will happen, the drastic that will happen. तो जिनसो बाहापो किबा थिबो कोन से प्रॉब्लम थिबो से प्रॉब्लम पूर्व से इंफॉर्मेशन ता निश्चित भाबरे कोन हो तांको पाखो जीवा को पड़े, माने कंट्री को निश्चित भाबरे इंफॉर्मेशन ता रिटर्न हेबा को पड़े. मेम लाइन अप डाउन, कौन लाइन अप डाउन. Okay, so yeah, there are the two functions of the IFS. Is they are called as the diplomats. So what they will collect information regarding the development of the country that are accredited and they are residing in the capital of the foreign country, and they have to send the secret information of other countries for the national interest. निजो कंट्री रो इंटरेस्ट में अन्य कंट्री रो जो इंफॉर्मेशन दा they have to send. So therefore they are called as the intelligence. They are called as the intelligence. They are having certain bureaus are there, and they are called as the intelligence. So in India, the other name of these type of officers are called as the RAW. And in America, it is the CIA. It is called as the Central Intelligence Agencies. Okay, in India it is called as the RAW, and in United States of America it is called as the CIA. Okay, so after this, we have to shift to the next point, that is called as NSC, that is National Security Council. That is called as the National Security Council. Clear asuni? Hello? It to achi? Acha break hochi? ଏବେ ଶୁଭୁଛି? ଭଏସ୍ ବ୍ରେକ୍ ହଉଛି। ଏବେ ଶୁଭୁଛି କିରେ? ଶୁଭୁଛି ତ? ଦେଖ ତ, ଅଧରେ ଟେଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛି। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ, sometimes it is happening. ମୁଁ କଣ କରିବି? ମୁଁ ତ ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର ଜିନିଷ ଜାଣିଛି, ଆଉ କଣ ଅସୁବିଧା? କୋଉଠି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି? ଏବେ ଶୁଭୁଛି ତ? ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ବ୍ରେକ୍ ହଉଛି। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ପ୍ରୋସିଡ୍ କରିବି? ବୁଝା ପଡୁଛି ନା କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ରହିଲା? କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ଅଛି କିରେ? ନାଇଁ? Then the next thing that is called as that National Security Councils. Okay, that is called as National Security Council. So this National Security Council, it was established in the year of which year? That is 1998 under the Prime Ministership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So the NSC, it is consist of the Prime Minister is the chairman, the Minister of External Affairs, the Defense Ministers, the Home Ministers, the Finance Minister, the Deputy Chairman of Planning Commission. So these are the member of what? These are the member of NSA. So can you tell me about who is the Chairman of Planning Commission? Who is the Chairman of Planning Commission? Planning Commission ର Chairman କିଏ? କୁହ, ତମେ Google सर्च କରି କୁହ ନା। Very good, ଅମୃତ ସାହୁ। ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି ପ୍ଲାନିଂ କମିଶନ ଏବେ 90 ଅଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ କମିଶନ ର ଚେୟାରମ୍ୟାନ କିଏ ଥିଲେ? ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଇଏ ପ୍ରାଇମ ମିନିଷ୍ଟର। ଆଉ ଥରେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଲେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଭଏସ୍ ବ୍ରେକ୍। So here, the NSC that has been constituted in the year of 1998 under the chairmanship of Vajpayee. So it has consisting its member, the chairman, the external affairs ministers, the home ministers, the finance ministers, deputy chair minister, and planning commissions. Okay. Then who are the core groups? Who are the core group of the National Security Councils? The National Security Councils, as we are having that are the lots of ministers are there. So these ministers, they are busy in the political affairs. They will not give the maximum times for solving the foreign problems, or they have not maximum time to implement the foreign policies. So for this purpose, the government of India, it is sanctioned to appoint a core group. The core group means what? They are the person from the chief of the three services. Army, then who are the three services? Air and the water. Okay, Jala Bahini, Sthala Bahini, and Akasa Bahini. So services the services plus secretary of principal department and chief of RAW. Okay, so these are the members They are called as the core group, and they assisting what the NSC to do their duty. Okay, so why the NSC is not effective? Because we know that this is just like it's an ad hoc department. The members are not permanently appointed. Okay, because why it is not permanently appointed? Because we know that the prime minister is only for 5 years. The other ministers are also for the till the next general elections. So as it is an ad hoc committee, so it cannot do its duty in a very effective way, and it lacks the effective policy coordinations. Okay, so for these reasons, the government of India, it has approved what a committee that is called as a committee of core group. Okay, and this committee of the core group, it will assist to the NSC to do different type of work. So in your IGNOU syllabus, it has been written that as it is an ad hoc committee and the members are frequently changed from time to time, so it cannot do its duty in a very effective manner. So it lacks effective policy coordinations. Okay, and second, it has been written that in the time of the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and Rajiv Gandhi, though they had answers to every crisis, however, ministers can never be an expert like the trained foreign service officers. Now, in comparative to your political leader and the minister of the foreign, the person that are recruited for the foreign services, there is a great gap in between that, because the person who is recruited for the foreign services is much more intelligence or having much more weightage in compared to the minister of the department, and he must give enough weightage to the view expressed by the minister's officers. Everything says, you know, that in India, in Odisha also, tomorrow Naveen Patnaik jaha कहउछन सेटा कार, tomorrow Pandian jaha कहउछन सेटा Naveen Patnaik कहउछन, किबा शाश्वत मिश्र जोड़ा कहउछन सेटा अरुण साव tomorrow पप्पू है. So these are the ministers or these are the officers who are called as the intelligence officers. They are called as the IS officers are there. These ministers are having, as these officers are having the expertise of knowledge, so they can do anything or they can tackle any problems and they will assist in the, or they will the counsel the ministers for solving the problems. Prime Minister Nehru was a towering personality, and during his lifetime, he decided national security himself alone. At most, sometimes he consulted one or other confidants on a specific issues. He did not appoint a full-time foreign minister. Thus, for instance, in 1950, he relied on Krishna Menon, who was for sometimes Minister for Defense in his cabinet. Mrs. Gandhi consulted when she thought to it necessary a few trusted men in the government. So this is the case what the committee never relied upon the NSC, National Security Council, but the committee always relied upon the core group. The core group means what? The persons that are assisting the National Security Councils. The persons that are assisting the National Security Councils. Then, besides your core group, तमे तमर इग्नो सिलेबस टा काढी के देखु ता पिला माने ता भीतर सब पॉइंट जाक अछि मु सब जाक मु इग्नो रो मटेरियल मो पाखरे भी नाही तम पाखरे पीडीएफ टा ओपन करी के बस सेटा को ही मु छोटो आकर तुम बुझे पूछ. Then in besides your core group, there are another thing that is called as NSAB, the National Secretary Advisory Board, and it has been established in the year of 1998, and now it has 47 members. And the members are that the members, they are appointed and they are selected from the persons having the expertise in the knowledge in the case of your education, journalism, mass media. So everything is there. The person should have a good academic knowledge. Okay, so these are officers like group officers and NSA resource, and with on them the NSC is quietly relied upon. जो NSC अछि NSC टा का ऊपर करछि तो हम कोर ग्रुप आउ NSAB माने नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजरी बोर्ड. So this board is only to what to assist the core group, and the member of this board is only 27 members, and they were elected from the persons having special knowledge in the different sectors. So mukon podiri tamgo NSC, it was established in the year of 1998 under the chairmanship of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and as it is consisting with the persons of different political bodies, and as they are not having having a time to solve any type of the problems, so they seek the solutions from the core group, and the core group they have to take the assistance from the NSAB. Okay, so here what will happen, the core group, the NSAB and the NSC, so these things are called as that the institutions of the planning commissions. Okay, the institutions of the the decisions making on the planning commissions. Then the next thing that is called as the Prime Minister's office. What do you mean by Prime Minister's office? Prime Minister's office means what? What the Prime Minister speaks, what the Prime Minister act, what the Prime Ministers do, it completely what a hide and seek role that a person plays behind the Prime Ministers. That person is called as that is he is called as the secretary. Sometimes is called as the advisors. Okay, sometimes he is called as the OSD, sometimes he is called as PMO, the Prime Minister's office. Who is the Prime Minister's office? The person who gives advice to the Prime Minister, the person who helps the Prime Ministers when the Prime Minister in a confusing when the Prime Minister is in a confusing situations. So at that time, a person who gives the advice to someone, said that is called as the principal secretary to the Prime Ministers. So in India, who is the principal secretary? He is called as that C. Ajit Doval. C. Ajit Doval. He is the principal secretary to whom? To your Narendra Modi. And the next principal secretary, he is called as that who? That is called as the P.K. Misra. He is from Sambalpur. Okay, the P.K. Misra, he is from the Sambalpur. He is the principal secretary to your Prime Minister. He is called as the Narendra Modi. So P.K. Misra is the person who is also in everywhere. Why the person? Sorry. National Security Advisor तमरो C. Ajit Doval आउ तमरो आरडा ना P.K. Misra होची तमरो principal. Confused भूल ठीक अछि. Okay, P.K. Misra, he is from your Sambalpur. I think he is from Sambalpur. So he is the principal secretary to the Prime Minister's office. In Odisha, who is the person who is the principal secretary? Your Pandyan. Okay, so Pandyan is the principal secretary to Navin Patnaik. The principal secretary, who is the person who is the principal secretary? It may be called as the chief spokesman. The persons who is in front of him. जे कि नवीन पट्टनायक पछरे जे कि नरेंद्र मोदी को पछरे रही जे कथा भाषा करे से होची हमर कोन ना प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी सर रुहे. अजित त्रिपाठी नाइले तमरो पांड्यन अजित त्रिपाठी की तमरो ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट रे प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी की ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट. So here Prime Minister's office Pandyan na personal secretary, principal secretary, then assistant secretary. Okay, so there are different type of the bodies, private secretary naimo. There are different type of bodies to the your PMO or maybe the CMO office, that your chief secretary, the secretary, the deputy secretary, the assistant secretaries are there. Okay, like that of your what the chief secretary, the joint secretary, the deputy secretary, and the assistant secretaries are there. Okay, and besides these officers, there are different type of the sectional officers are there, and they will help the PM office while or the PMO's office while the PMO is dealing with certain type of problems. Okay, so the PMO's office is the much more important while what implementing different type of policies. While implementing different type of policies. Okay, then in the next slide. Ashit Tripathi is Cabinet Secretary of Odisha. ଭଲ knowledge ରଖିଛ ପିଲାମାନେ, ଭଲ କଥା। ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ exam ରେ ଲେଖିବ ଏମାନଙ୍କର example ଦେଇକି ଲେଖିବ। Okay, so in the next slide we are ମୁଁ ଆଉଥରେ repeat କରିବି, ତମେ ଛାନିଆ ହବନି, ଯଦି ତମର voice break ହେଇଛି ତମକୁ problem ହବନି। Then the next thing that is called as the parliament. Parliament means what? That is called as the legislatures, where the law was made. Okay, जोटी हमर लॉ तैयारी हुए सेटा को कौन कहते पार्लियामेंट। Okay, so the parliament, what the parliament, how the parliament has the role, has cast the role while formulating the foreign policies. Do you think that the parliament has any role in the formulating of the foreign policy? In Indian government, having a number of officers, the foreign ministers, like that your IFS officers, your prime minister's office, the PMO's officers, and the NSC officers. Do you think that the parliament has the role in the formulating of the foreign policies? Yes, the parliament has naturally a role in formulating the foreign policy of a country. So the parliament, do you know that India is a representative body of peoples. India has a representative body of peoples. We are having, or we are what we are doing, we are following the system that is called as the majoritarian systems. In other words, we can say UK India. Okay, so India is called as that, what that is called as that the ये parliament पिल्ला माने मते confuse करो ना पढ़ा सरू तमे एमती लेखिबो chat box रे मु यार छोड़ी जाउछ। So here what chat box को जति तुम पढ़ो chat box को बोला मु confusion मु कोन पढ़ोते। So here India is called as a parliamentary system of government. In the parliamentary system is otherwise is called as a representative government. In the representative government, we know that the person has been elected from the people. So is this is the what this is the system is there. So how could you think that parliament is an institution who will do or who has a role to play in the decisions making process or in the foreign policy process? Because we know that in parliament there are three types of list: union list, state list, and the concurrent list. As we are having the federal pattern of your federal system, so in the federal systems we are having the three types of list: union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Union list is totally what that is the whole your power upon the union. The state has the power in the state, and the concurrent list both the union and the state has casting their power. So in the union list, there are certain items are there, like that what the treaty, defense. So these things are there in the union list. So it is the function of the parliament either to ratify the treaty, to pass the treaty, or to conclude the treaty. If there is any type of the agreement is there, then a session is required, or the session is called, where the prime minister has initiated the topic of the treaty or the topic of certain type of agreement, and where the votes has been counted. And according to the vote, the country is proceeded. Okay, so here the role of the parliament is much more important in the case of the instrument of the decisions making. So students, these are the instrument of decisions making. So first of all, I am going to the again in the first slides. In the first slide, what happened? The first is called as that which type of the nature of the country we are having. That is called as that we are having a democratic system or parliamentary form of government. Secondly, what are the differences between the external country and the foreign policy? Voice break होची रे? Hello. What is the differences of the implementations of foreign policy? Voice break होची? Hello. What is the differences in between the foreign policy implementations of our country with another country? And third is that the role of the cabinet in the implementations of the foreign policies. Then we have to jump about the definitions of the foreign policies. So in the definitions of the foreign policy, I told you that what do you mean by the foreign policy? So foreign policy means what? That is called as that the activity evolved by the community for changing the behavior of other states. Okay, activity evolve. जो activity टा हमको दरकार पड़े by the community, the activity evolve. It means the persons that are engaging for the implementing of the foreign policy, their activity, whether their activity is changing the behavior of other states. Okay, the persons that are involved in formulating of the foreign policies, their aggregations of their behavior that will determining the changing behavior of the other states. And if their behavior is the positive, then what will happen? The foreign policy is a negative, is a positive one. If their behavior is the negative, then the foreign policy is a negative one. So while they have to implementing the foreign policy, they will take in notice three things. One is called as that the protection of their country, the security of their country, and the promotion of their policies. Okay, so this is the key definitions of the foreign policy. So this is the key definitions of the foreign policies. The definition of foreign policy means what? It is called as the activity involved by the community for changing the behavior of other states. Otherwise, you can underline the points or the definition that are with you in your notes PDF or maybe ignore PDFs. The activity involved by the community for changing the behavior of other states and for adjusting their activities to the international environment with protections, promotions of its own policies. That is called as that the foreign policies. Someone says that what is it called as in the third point I have written the cabinet. What is a cabinet? Indian practices, we are having a cabinet, and the members of the cabinet, they are selected by the prime ministers of India. So the cabinet is what? It is the most powerful. So it is the core of the council of ministers. The core of the council of ministers. Okay, so it has the cabinet to helping the cabinet. It is also a subcommittee is there, and that is called as that CCS. CCS means what? That is called as Cabinet Committee on Security. Sometimes the cabinet cannot take the right decisions, so in order to help the cabinet, there will be the CCS is there. The CCS, the member of the CCS, the main objective of the member of the CCS is that to deal with the matter that are related to the foreign policy and security related issues. So these members are not also the political members, but these are what they are called as the recruited members. Okay, so what I told you, the cabinet is the core committee of the decision making process. It is the much more important your instrument of the decisions making process. And in order to help the cabinet, the CCS has been appointed by the government of India. The full form of CCS is called as the Cabinet Committee on Security. And the members are elected the members are not the political recruitee, but they are elected by the government of India. The person having the special knowledge on the foreign affairs. Again, he says that the foreign policy of a country is depending on two things. One is called as the aid, and second one is called as the means. Okay. Okay, one is called as that the end, and second one is called as that the means. End means what? What do you mean by end? End means the national interest of the country. And means what? The power, the ability, or the resource. These are called as that the means. The means has been applied to attain the end. Understood? Foreign policy, we know that foreign policy means what? That is called as the activity of the person that is involved for changing the behavior of the of other states. Okay, आमे गोटे other state रो गोटे behavior को change करिया foreign policy का adopt करो. So sometimes we change our behavior, sometimes we modify behavior, sometimes we are what the strict in our behavior. आमे केतरा behavior change करू, जो behavior तो से behavior रो के सेटा depend करे आमो ऊपर. So this is what this is called as the foreign policy is depending upon two things. One is called as that the means, and second one is called as the ends. Ends means what? End means that is called as the national interest of the country. Disturbance କରୁଛ disturbance कार होची स्टूडेंट्स कौन ले डिस्टर्ब काहे କରୁଛ कौन बुझा पड़लानी कहले मते एमईए बुझा पड़ना एमईए तुम कौन पढ़ेथिली मिनिस्टर इन एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स ओके एमईए तळे कोन अछि आईएफएस तळे एनएससी प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स ऑफिस पार्लियामेंट एंड पार्लियामेंटरी कमिटी ओके आपरे कोन जदि अबुझा रहउछो तले पचारो नले मु नेक्स्ट स्लाइड को जिबी डाउट अछि डाउट अछि कि तुम डिस्टर्बेंस के करथला अच्छा यूएस रे जो माने इंटेलिजेंस ऑफिसर से माने कोन कहउछथि एनएसई एनएससी नेशनल सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल वेरी गुड सीआईए अच्छा मु नेक्स्ट स्लाइड जिबी नेक्स्ट चैप्टर नारी कोन डाउट अछि एनएससी डाउट अछि अभिनव नाउ कोन डाउट अछि रे अस्मिता पात्र तमरे कुछ डाउट अछि ना कोन पीआर डिवीजन बुझिलाने इन स्लाइड इट इज पहली पूरा भूल अछि बोली नले डाउट लेट तो एनएससी हां अपन पीआर डिवीजन बुझिलाने आ कोन डाउट अछि किछ डाउट नै तो पीआर डिवीजन कोन बुझिलाने अब टिके रुको यूनिट 4 कैपेबिलिटी तो कौन डाउट थिला रश्मिता नेम नेक्स्ट पेज ना पीआर डिवीजन डाउन नथिला ना अच्छा तुम इग्नो मैट्री लाइन बसची पीआरटी PRT division so thila so division it has been established where PRT division slide ta kara jare acha PRT divisions on point thila suppose there will be certain type of problem in between the two country regarding what regarding your the war any type of the aggressions or anything else okay so at that time what will happen so in order to solving the war or solving any type of the dispute a division is required and that is the main object of this division is to doing the research is to do the research and for this purposes what will happen your PRD may be called as the planning and the research division that has been executed. For this reason, the planning and the research, your divisions that has been executed. So, that is what I did in the planning and send the plan to the MEA section or the Ministry in External Affairs sections. So it has been said that there are certain type of drawbacks in the PRD divisions. So in order to get rid of this type of drawbacks, in 1993, your East Asia Research and Coordination your center that was established. Your research and coordination was established. But there was also there was a certain type of problem has been arised. Why the problem is there arised? Because the East Asia Research and Coordination Center is sometimes biased in favor of your China, and for this reason, again in 1965, the current research division was created. The current research division it has been created, and what is the major objective of the current research divisions? The current research divisions. So, in the 1963, your East Asia Research and Coordination divisions that was established, but it has a certain type of limitations in the sphere of China. In 1965, again a division has been created that was named as the current research divisions, and till now it has been its practices with its new name that is called as the policies, planning and review divisions. Okay, so Mrs. Indira Gandhi and the Rajiv Gandhi and the different prime ministers are there. They will use this type of practices for the help of the MEA. But till now, there is no development has been taken place with the help of what? With the help of this type of the regional or research institute. So for this problems, for these reasons, what happened? It has no use of any type of your foreign policies making. It has not use of any type of the role that it take during the foreign policy making. So students, if you are having any questions, then write down. किछि असुविधा नहीं. कौन explain करिवो little bit प्रिया चौधरी. आप किछि डाउट अछि कि किछि डाउट अछि पचार किछि असुविधा नहीं. नेशनल सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल बुझिलो. नेशनल सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल मो पीआरटी पढ़ेली और बारंबार पढ़े पारिबिन तुमको. पीआरटी पढ़ेली ना बे आ कोन डाउट अछि. अच्छा तो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल थिला. So National Security Council, as we know that the members are what? They are called as the political figures. So as the National Security Council, the members of the National Security Council, they are not having any times for solving the national problems. So the National Security Council is also as an ad hoc committee, and it is doing its duty till the next general elections. Because different ministers, external ministers, home ministers, defense ministers, etc. are there, their members, and they will do their duty till the completion of their tenures. For these reasons, Nehru, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and they had no answers to every crisis. A minister can never be an expert like the foreign service officers. He must give weightage. It made a comparison in between the officers of foreign affairs and the your political appointee officers. It's a good differences create okay. Then tomorrow out slide tumu koichandi tomorrow kodare tomorrow ignore slides re KP Mishra, K Subramaniam. So these are the authority of the National Security Council. KP Mishra mentioned about the need of the expert advisory council and also need for planning, policy planning, because you know that as it is your NSC is a temporary body, so it requires certain types of the expertise body or advisory body. It will give the decisions to the your National Security Councils. And for these reasons, certain core group committee has been established, and J. Bandopadhyay, in his making of Indian foreign policy, pleaded for the creations of a foreign policy councils on the American model, and he speaks in favor of India that there should be certain type of your commissions or the group is there who will help the National Security Council for doing his duty in a very effective manner. So these are the cases of what that are called as that the agencies of the foreign policy. Students, ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ତମର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ନଥିବ କାରଣ ଆହରି କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତମର ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି। The NSC created appears to be reluctantly created and sparingly used by the government. Some of its limitation can be mentioned. NSC ଟା ତମର ତାର ମାନେ effective ନଥିଲା। It is not regularly used in decisions making. After it was created for the first time, it made to consider the Kargil crisis on 8 June 1999, almost 1 month after the crisis broke out. ମୁଁ ତମକୁ କହିଥିଲି जो ଜିନିଷଟା it should give the information or the intentions before the war is happen. war ହେବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର information ଟା ଆମକୁ ମିଳିବା କଥା. But it submitted its report after the war was happened. So it means that the persons that are involving in the NSC, they are not called as that experienced person or the persons having the intelligence knowledge. Office doubt अछि रे Prime Minister office बुझिलो, NSC बुझिलो, IPS टा बुझिलो. IPS is assisted by secretary, joint secretary and 3 additional secretary. ABA बुझिलो. Then foreign policy making, Minister of External Affairs, diplomacy, तमरो जो country रो तमरो जो policy making जो रहउची, दीटा जिंसो पर depend करजे. Suppose पियाज रेट बढ़ला किंबा आलू रेट बढ़ला, हैला. So while formulating the policy upon the necessary committee, 2 things are required to consider. One, how much to be imported, केते परिमाणर जिंस आमदानी करा जाय परियो, कोठु आमदानी करा जिवो. And the second thing is that what that is called as that the demand of the consumers. Okay, the quantity of the item that has been imported, and second is that what that is called as the demand of the consumers. So these are called as the simple things. But while implementing the foreign policy, many things are questioned. How, when, where, and what. What the policy should be, how it should be implemented, who are the member of this type of policy, and to whom the policy is directed. Policy को किए करिवो, कहा द्वारा करा जिवो, को कंट्री को डायरेक्ट हबो, आ किए एथिरे बेनिफिटेड हबो. Either it is in the interest of the nation or it is in the interest of the citizen. So age, it involves with many things. So making of the foreign policy is a very difficult things. It will done through a zigzag process. It will not done through a simple process. And for making the foreign policy, different agencies are required. Parliament is an agency, MEA is an agency, parliamentary committee is an agency, your NSC is an agency, your board is an agency, planning board is an agency. Okay, so every person, every institution is an agency. Agency means what? The process where it is got implemented. The institution who assist to make the process to become an act. Parliament तुमको हेल्प कला, किंबा तुमको पीएम ऑफिस तुमको हेल्प कला, सब लोग जे तुमरो प्लानिंग तुमर जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी मेकिंग रे जो माने हेल्प करती, that are called as the institutions of the decisions making bodies, or maybe the institution of the foreign affairs body. Okay, any doubt, student? किसी डाउट तो ना, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड जी। चैट बॉक्स रे लिखी को कोसी डाउट अछि की? तुमको फर्स्ट क्लास रे मु तुम फॉरेन पॉलिसी रे मधारे छाडी देतली हला, तारे मीनिंग, ऑब्जेक्टिव, अप्रोचेस, प्रिंसिपल्स आ द डिटरमिनेंट्स थिला हला। तमरो एग्जाम रे डिटरमिनेंट्स अछि, अप्रोचेस अछि, आ तमरो जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी पढेली तारे को डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस आसीबो जे व्हाट आर द इंस्ट्रूमेंट that are involved in the decisions making process of the foreign policy. Direct questions तुम आसीबो, there is no indirect questions. आ एक भितरे दी तीनटा क्वेश्चंस अलग अलग आसी पारे, जोला डिटरमिनेंट्स अलग आसी पारिबो, किंतु अप्रोचेस ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसी टा अलग तुम आसी पारिबो। एटा त मु पढैथिली, एटा पढैथिली, ऑब्जेक्टिव फॉरेन पॉलिसी पढैथिली, प्रिंसिपल्स पढैथिली। स्टूडेंट्स पचारुची को प्रिंसिपल्स पढैथिली, then ए प्रिंसिपल्स पढैथिली, then foreign policy को डिवाइड कराइला इंटरनल फैक्टर और एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर, then determinants, okay, topography, climate, boundary, temperature, soil, population, water supply, then Indian scenario भितरे तुम कोन कहइली determinants जाको, then तमरो geography कहइली से दिन, geography कोन कहइली, India's geographical position has influenced from ancient to modern times. In ancient era, India has a great problem from the northeast travelers or the tribal groups. But now India has expanded its relationship with Tibet, China, Mongolia, Sri Lanka, and Southeast Asia. Then medieval, what was the situations of the foreign policy in the medieval period? How the decisions was taken at that time? Because during the medieval period, what happened? There are Islam invaders are there, and these invaders they came to our country for their economical benefits, and they choose the sea routes. As we know that the sea, or maybe called as that the maritime belt, is one of the important route for what? For the foreign policy, the determinants of the foreign policy making. So there is the insecurity of the sea routes, so they can easily access to India, and they will remain India as a colony till 200 years. Okay, so sea routes, what the navigation of the sea route, that is called that is a but a that plays a major role in the foreign policy making, the determinants of the foreign policy making. Then the what the World War, the Second World War. At that time, what was the foreign policy of India in the Second World War of 1939 to 45? India did not want to be the member of any group of any ideological war of either the Soviet Union or maybe in the United States of America. So it's pursue its own policy, it's pursue its own economic policy independently. It did not want to be a sway in the, or it did not want to be a pawn in the hands of any type of ideological power, either a Soviet Union that is led by your communism, or maybe the United States of America led by the your capitalism. Then in the next time what I had in future there may be some type of problem. India can be faced the problem in certain issues like that of what the Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Maldives for the the maritime belts. And there is some war in India, Pakistan, India, China, and India, Bangladesh, and consequently there will be certain type of treaty and agreements are happen in between India, China, India, Pakistan, and India, Bangladesh. Till now we are having the tense relationship between this country, and India has no good relationship with Pakistan, China, and Bangladesh. So this is the picture of the Kargil war that was happened in 1999. And before that, India fought 3 wars in 1948, 65, and 71. And in 71, there is the Simla agreement in between India and Pakistan. So at that time, what happened? India changing its foreign policy for what? For changing the people of other countries. Okay, so India, with the age it has been repeated war from 48 to 71. So India wants to change its foreign policy, and that policy should protect the national interest of its own country, and at the same time it should have what impact certain type of positive behavior upon other country. So चेष्टा करूची जाफଳରେ दुईटा country भिତରେ कोन होची there will be the cordial relationship between the India and the Pakistan. Then it is called as the Border War that was happened in the year of 1962, and it is also inside our geography, the determinants, the internal determinants of the India's foreign policy. Then it is called as that the great dispute between the India and the Bangladesh. Due to this dispute, there are different war in between India and Bangladesh. Then this is the possibility of the war in futures. There may be the religions issue in between India and Nepal, or maybe certain type of border issue in between the India and Bhutan and India and Burma, and there may be some type of water issues will be happen. These countries are the neighbor country of India, so there can be some war because we are having the insecurity in the sea route area and in the mountain area. So there may be the possibility of war in the near futures, and this statement was given by the expert of the foreign policies. Then economic development, economic development, what was the economic development of the country? As in during the period of 1947, where our country is totally poor, our country does not have certain type of the self-sustainability with himself. It depends upon the other country for the raw material, for export, for technical knowledge, for for everything. Okay, so it depends, and from 1947 to 2020, now our country is self-sufficient, and now the country wants to take a seat in the United Nations and the Security Councils. Then in the economic development, the 3 things are required. One is called as the population, second one is the natural resources, and third one is called as the technical knowledge. So the natural resources is the primary importance of every country. If we are having a vast natural resources, so comparable to the natural resources, the large population is also required to apply the natural resources. Okay, so natural resources means what? That is called as that the resources that are hidden inside our country. Okay, so in order to apply the natural resources, we need what? The capital, we need the labor, we need the organizations. So these things are comes from where? From the populations. If the size of the country is the great one, then they can easily apply the natural resources. But the size of the country or size of the population is the large one, then they can easily apply the natural resources. But the size with the size of the population, the one more thing is required, that is called as the technical knowledge. Technical knowledge means what? That is called as the skill and expertise in a particular your aspect. गोटे suppose गोटे काम करियो पड़िबो ताकि 10टा लोक अपॉइंटेड करिवो से कामटा 10टा लोक जो कामटा करि परिबे गोटे लोक जदी नॉलेज टा एक्सपर्टाइज नॉलेज थिबो से गोटे लोक आराम से कामटा करिवो. So everywhere what the three things is required for country's economic development: the technical knowledge, the natural resources, and the population. If the natural resources is there, then the country will not depend upon another country for developing its own activities. Okay, so the country will use the optimum use of the natural resources by the technical knowledge with the help of the populations. Okay. मस्त मो स्लाइड जाको दे दोची. Okay, then this is the what the differences in between the capitalism and communism. That was the period in between 1945 to your 1939 to 45. At that time India was in search of a new ideology, and that ideology came in the name of the non-alignment movement. As India is the pioneer of the non-alignment movement, so itself it follows the non-alignment movement independently by keeping the limitations of both the ideological views. So it means that whatever the principle whatever the principle that is makes in its goal, it will do the principle, or it will fulfill the principle by taking the knowledge of both the principles of capitalism and communism, so that the rest the two country will not hurt with the ideology, with the Indian ideologies. Then India has to determine the foreign policy in context of both these ideology, where on the one side it can maintain coordination between the development and justice, development and equality, development and national honor, and on the other side it can execute the mixed economy successfully. Okay, what do you mean by the mixed economy? Mixed economy means what? That is mixed economy country. Mixed economy is the public sector and the private sector. Okay, the aggregations of the public sector and the private sector, that is called as the mixed economy. So India is in the what it can it is in the directions of implementing the mixed economy successfully. Then the next thing is called as that selections of ideology solar. It is solar. Three things are required: security, foreign aid, and foreign trade. Security means what? For implementing any foreign policy, the country's national security is much more important. And with the country's national security, the second thing is required, that is called as the foreign aid. Foreign aids means what? The country is a poor country, or if the country is economically not well off or not developed, then the country will take the help of other country or with monetary basis or maybe with the technical basis. That's called as the foreign aid. So this is also the determinants of foreign policy. Why? Now, if a country is highly dependent upon other country, then it will be naturally having a impact upon the foreign policy of the country. जदि इंडिया जदि यूएसए ऊपर किंबा तमरो राशिया सहित जदि तार व्हाट जदि तार माने फॉरेन एड रहिला तार माने रिसोर्सेस रो एक्सचेंज रहिला कि मॉनेटरी लेवल रे से एड एंड एडवाइस ने तापर कोन समथिंग विल बी बाइज्ड इन फेवर ऑफ दैट कंट्री. Okay, so every country should be an independent country, not only in the matter of the foreign aid but also in the matter of the everything. Okay, so foreign aid or जदि कोन जिंस को foreign aid जदि तमे नबो बा assistance नबो, then it will have a negative impact. You will buy the policy should be interest. Have to apply the power and the resources and the knowledge while implementing the foreign policy. तो foreign policy तुम make करो तीनटा जिनिस को दरकार गोटे जिनिस होची power को दरकार how you are more powerful and second जिनिस होची कोन तमरो ना तमरो knowledge दिवा दरकार ए दिटा जिनिस तमरो foreign policy तमरो गोटे foreign policy बनिबो. So if you are aiding some certain money or if you are aided by the other country in respect of the money or in respect of the technical know-how or anything else, then what will happen? While making the foreign policy, you will have a soft corner to the respective country. तब निश्चित भाବରେ ରହିବ. Suppose ତମେ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ exam ଦେବାକୁ ଯାଉଛ, exam ରେ ତମେ teacher ଅଛ, ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଦଉଛି, ତମେ ତାକୁ ଜାଣିଛ, ତା ପାଖକୁ ଯାଇ ତମେ ଚିଟ୍ଟା ପକଉଛ, କିମ୍ବା ତାକୁ ବିପଦ କହିଦେଇ ପଳେଇ ଆସ. Why? Because you are having a relationship with that person or with that fellow. So this is what. So taking the foreign aid is a good thing, but you should take everything with a loan, with any assistance, with any barter exchanges. So everything is there. Then the next one is called as the foreign trade. So whatever your production is taking place, it should be exposed in the foreign market, and it should be have a great value to the product. जदि गोटे जिनसर जदि प्रोडक्शन हेछि से प्रोडक्शन रे तार फॉरेन मार्केट रे तार वैल्यू थिबो पड़िबो एंड से प्रोडक्ट का कोन फॉरेन मार्केट तार निश्चित भाबरे तार डिमांड थिबो पड़िबो. This was all a great impact upon the foreign policy. जदि तार जिनस जदि प्रोडक्ट ऊपर जदि हाई रेट रे तार माने international market तार जदि डिमांड अधिक नथिबो, then what will happen? It will great loss to the economy of the country. Then this is the your picture of J. Bandyopadhyay, who analyzes the influence of Indian political tradition in context of 5 elements: ideal thought of political power and politics, idealistic view of international politics, opposition of apartheid and imperialism, capitalism, Western system, and opposition to communism. He said that Indian foreign policy, while making the Indian foreign policy, these 5 elements are taking into considerations. And they are called as the ideal thought of politics and power. Ideal thought of politics and power means what? That is called as the neutral thought. Neutral thought means what? The thought that will not have a negative impact upon other power or other countries. And second one, idealistic view of आदर्शवादी जो idealistic माने आदर्शवादी जो बोलते idealistic view of international politics, opposition of apartheid and imperialism, capitalism, Western systems, and oppositions to communism. So adapting the principles means what? No to apartheid, no to imperialism, and no to communism. So it is just like it's called as the synonyms of the Panchashila. In the Panchashila, the same thing it is applied. And the non-alignment, the champion of the non-alignment, they are also but they're supporting this type of the no to apartheid, no to imperialism, and no to your communism or everything. The foreign policy of a nation is highly influenced by its political history and tradition. This is true, and this is more suitable for a country like India because it has its unique culture and a long history of freedom movement whose influence is clearly visible in India. Why it has been written that foreign policy's country is highly influenced by the political history and tradition? As we know that we are in the cage of British Empire, or we are in the fold of a British Empire nearly about 200 years. So we are having experience about the diplomatic policy that the Britishers at that time they were with them, and they applied this policy on us. Total जानले ना गोटे foreign policy को जितना बनने बोले what are the things that should be taken into consideration. So this thing is called as that the history of a country has a great impact upon the foreign policies. So this is one of the things, because we are having the experiences of 200 years. So the Indian cultures, the Indian freedom movement having a visible impact upon the determinants of the India's foreign policies. Then the next one is called as the political traditions. If we see the near past of our culture and analyze the national movement, all the things will be clearly visualized. Development of Indian culture and civilization has always been based upon the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. India has been a strong critic of apartheid and imperialism even before the independence, because India has experienced these events for a long time under British Empire. Influence of Gandhian philosophy on foreign policy is also clearly visible. The policy of Panchashila, which I already told you, whatever the your no to apartheid, no to communism, nothing to no to every word gives a positive meaning. That is the binding principle of the Panchashila. Okay, so this is what this is called as the political tradition of India's foreign policies. Then the political traditions not only influence the foreign policy of some only decades after independence, but they have demonstrated their behavior also. The political traditions of Indian thought, it has been the mixture of three things that is called as the Marxism, democratic socialism, and the realism. So what do you mean by the Marxism? Marxism means what? The giving ownership not to the capitalist class but to the working class. It means that the means of production should not be in the hands of the capitalist group, but it should be in the hands of the landless or maybe the worker class. That is called as the Marxisms. So the democratic socialism means what? What do you mean by socialism? Democratic socialism means where the country which gives the self-sufficiency or the welfare to the every parts of the life of the citizens that are residing within it. जो country रे जेतिकी लोक होचंदी सब लोक मानको भलो खाइबा भलो रहिबा भलो बसिबा भलो पिंदिबा. So these things when it has been applied to every citizen of the country, that is called as the democratic socialism. And the next one is called as the realism. Realism means what? That the practical things that was going to be happen, and it is the negation of what that is called as that it is the negations of the ideology. Ideology means what? It will be happen जोटा कि तमरो theoretical जोटा न होइकरी तमरो foreign policy टा तीनटा जिंस ऊपर बेस कर practical जिंस ऊपर, welfare जिंस ऊपर, और ownership of the means of production to the low class people or maybe the classless society. Then आउ गोटे जिंस determinants of foreign policy कोन होची ना चारटा जिंस को तमरो build करूची. गोटे होची elite ruling class, गोटे होची party structure, गोटे होची nation building process, गोटे होची pressure groups. Okay, so inside a country there is a relations between the domestic environment and foreign policy of the country. The impact of domestic environment on India's foreign policy is clearly visualized through the studies of the elite class, the party structures. In the party structure there is the multi-party, two-party, or maybe the one-party systems. So this is the foreign policy of the country having a great impact on the party system, the pressure groups, the national building process, and the elite ruling classes. Then the coalitions government in India, the coalitions government, as you know that the government, if it is not elected to the majoritarian system, then it is a great the problem for the foreign policy making, because the system cannot be stable for 5 years if it is a coalitions government and the members are elected by forming from here to there. So India is facing the coalitions of the government like 77, 80, 98, 2004 and 2009. So 41 to 67, the region of the following, the foreign policy based on general consensus has been the value of national movement and one party domination system of Congress, but in later years 67 to 2010, polarization of above mentioned politics has been influenced the nature of foreign policy. So generally what happened, one party systems, coalitions government or the minority government, it has a negative impact upon the foreign policy of the country. Okay, so we are representing the majoritarian system of the parliamentary form of the government. So the foreign policy, so it has a good impact upon the foreign policy of the country. But generally, the minority government, the coalitions government, and the one party or maybe the single party government, that is just like your Congress era. Okay, so these things are called as that a great your hurdles for the India's foreign policy making. Okay. Then in the internal factor, one more thing that is called as the military capability. Its main reason is that India cannot play a strong role on the basis of its military power in the world in context of great power, but it has to be dependent on what diplomacy to a large interest, because why? So India has so much of your the military power, but the India till now is not using the military power for what, for the diplomatic region, for the war regions, but it is always it has applied its diplomatic power for the peaceful settlement of any type of disputes. Okay. Then the next determinants is the national characters. ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ ଯାକ ଦେଇଦେବି, ତମକୁ ଯେତିକି ଦରକାର ସେତିକି ତମେ ୟୁଜ୍ କର। ଓକେ, ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ତମର ଡିଟରମିନାଣ୍ଟସର ଗୋଟେ ମୁଁ ନିଜ ତରଫରୁ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ଟେ ବନେଇଛି। ଗଡ୍, ଗଡନେସ୍, ବ୍ୟାଡନେସ୍, ରିଲିଜନ୍ସ, ସୋସିଆଲ ହାରମୋନି ଆଣ୍ଡ ୟୁନିଫିକେସନ୍ସ। ଓକେ, ଯୋଉଟା ହେଉଛି ତମର ଗଡ୍, ଗଡନେସ୍, ବ୍ୟାଡନେସ୍, ରିଲିଜନ୍ସ, ସୋସିଆଲ ହାରମୋନି, ୟୁନିଫିକେସନ୍। Among these principles, the goodness, the social harmony, and unification. The three things are required because we know that the emphasizing upon the God gives the goodness. Okay, and naturally what happens now, the goodness it will be presenting quality kind is to produce and the goodness quality it naturally convert to the badness. Okay, then after some times it will convert to the religions leads to social harmony leads to unifications. So these are called as the national character determinants of the foreign policies. ଆଉ ଏଠି ଯାକ ଅଛି, ଏଇଟା ତୁମେ କ'ଣ ପଢ଼େଇବି, ଏଇଟା ତମ ଟୋଟାଲ ଇରା ଫରେନ୍ ପଲିସି ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ द डिफरेंट प्राइम मिनिस्टरशिप, जवाहरलाल नेहरू, इंदिरा गांधी, लाल बहादुर शास्त्री। नेक्स्ट क्लास में तुमको ये कवर करी what are the foreign policy during the prime ministership of the different prime minister under their chairmanship। इंदिरा कुमार गुजरात टाइम रे कौन हेतिला, मनमोहन सिंह कौन करतिला। ओके, देन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, एटा तुमको कुछ दरकार नहीं, कोल्ड वॉर पीरियड का दरकार नहीं, फिर भी मैं तुमको कवर कर दूची सेट करूची। इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस रो कौन रोल अछि तम डिटरमिनेंट्स ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसी। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स। आप किसी स्टूडेंट्स किसी डाउट अछि कि किसी डाउट थिले पचार। अच्छा, तमरो क्वेश्चंस आसीबो जनरली व्हाट आर द डिटरमिनेंट्स ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसी। ओके, इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल करके ताको डिटरमिनेंट्स तक लिखियो। सेकंड जिंस आसीला तमरो अप्रोचेस ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसी। देन थर्ड आसला तमरो जो आसुची तमरो कोडा ना एबे जोडा पढे तमरो इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसी मेकिंग। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड रे तमरो आउट आसीबो द फॉरेन पॉलिसी, व्हाट वाज द इंडिया's फॉरेन पॉलिसी अंडर द डिफरेंट प्राइम मिनिस्टरशिप। सेटा तम निश्चय आसी पारे जोडा तम आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस टू वर्तमान पर्यंत कोन कोन तम डेवलपमेंट हेची आउ से डेवलपमेंट पाई को जिंदोडा का रेस्पोंसिबल थिला। तापरे नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, नेक्स्ट आ गोटे क्वेश्चंस आसी परिबो इंडिया's रिलेशनशिप विथ डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। ओके, आउ आसी पारे इंडिया's रिलेशनशिप विथ नेबर्स ता तमे कवर कर दियो काई माने तमरो नॉलेज मु भाबो जे अधिक थिबो। इंडियन नेबर्स जो मानकर करंट अफेयर्स पर जो नॉलेज अछि सेटा को नै कि तमे लिखिबो। आ किछि डाउट और स्टूडेंट डाउट ले लिखो। किछि डाउट अछि? प्रिंसिपल तमरो इंपोर्टेंट थिला, प्रिंसिपल टा को भलो रे एनालाइज करिवो हला। प्रिंसिपल्स रे तमरो पंचशील सहित नाम अछि फेथ इन यूएन, यूज ऑफ एटॉमिक एनर्जी फॉर पीसफुल पर्पसेस। ए स्लाइड हम तुमको फॉरवर्ड कर देबी, आपको तमे डिटेल्स जाके देखिबो इग्नू मटेरियल देखिगिरी। ओके, एटा डिटरमिनेंट्स को टोटल इंटरनल एक्सटर्नल करी। टोटली ए भितर तमरो तीनटा क्वेश्चंस अछि, गोटे अप्रोचेस, गोटे डिटरमिनेंट्स, गोटे ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड प्रिंसिपल्स। वर्तमान तीटा क्लास रे हम चारिटा क्वेश्चंस कवर करछे। गोटे अछि इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसी, आ गोटे तार डिटरमिनेंट्स, 2 नंबर क्वेश्चंस अप्रोचेस ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसीज एंड प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ फॉरेन पॉलिसीज। objective and principles. अब कुछ डाउट स्टूडेंट्स वर्तमान तो मो स्लाइड का शेयर कर दिए अच्छा पाठी कोन कोन पढेली पार्लियामेंट पढेली पीएम ऑफिस पढेली एनएससी पढाला डिफरेंस पढाला आउ तुमको नेचर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट हला ताई भितरे इंस्ट्रूमेंट देखो हमरो आईएफएस ऑफिसर्स एमईए डिप्लोमेटिक एजेंट्स सब जगह तुम इंस्ट्रूमेंट भितरे देखो हला what do you mean by foreign policy, what is the relationship between the end and means, okay ai jago bhitere instrument of foreign policy हम दबो अब कुछ डाउट स्टूडेंट नो डाउट क्लास ठीक लागला ना तुम्हारो वॉइस ब्रेक हैला अब गोटे क्लास अछि गोटे क्लास तुम जहाँ पढ़ा कहो मु भाबुची तुम एक वर्ष निजे करि पारो आ गोटे डिफिकल्ट कांसेप्ट देखि मु साथ देबी किसी डाउट अछि